6 o'clock, we're going to call the meeting to order. First, pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome, thanks for coming. We do the first section of the agenda. We do have adjustments to agenda, but before that, I just want to thank Greg for this setup. This is like a game changer. No cost to the town. I don't know, but looks great, and hopefully you can hear us a little bit better. And we'll make adjustments as needed. So first thing is adjustments to the agenda. We do have an attorney in the crowd, so I'm sure the billing started when he left to come here. So let's get that out of the way first. I know later on the agenda there is a attorney consultation with code executive session. So I'd ask if we could make a motion to move that up to now.
I'll make a motion, we move it up to the beginning of the meeting.
I'll second that. Perfect cause.
Moved and seconded, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? No abstentions. Perfect. So, any other changes to the agenda? Hearing none, I guess I'd look for a motion to go into executive session, and before we do that, I'm going to recuse myself from this one since it involves my family's property, so I'm not going to be involved in it. I'd recommend that actually in the interest of the amount of people here, we actually start using that side for executive sessions and not make everybody stand outside in the cold, so with that, open it up for discussion.
Well, I make a motion to go into executive session for MRSA 1, section 4056E, attorney consultation with code enforcement and the board.
I'll second it.
All right, it's been moved and seconded. All in favor? 4 and 1 abstention.
Can we go in that room?
Yes, that's what I would do, just so we don't have to have people go outside. 6:33, can I get a motion to come back
Motion
in?
to come back in the session.
I'll second it.
All in favor? And 1 abstention. Okay. Okay, is there any action needed as a result of that, of a motion, or?
Yes, there is. So I will do my best, as this is not a clear, nice, simple process, but I first want to acknowledge the concerns of the citizens and the petition that was brought forth, and that we recognize that their concern, and I have a motion, and that motion is we are instructing the planning board and the CEO to review the mineral extraction in the land use ordinance and the application process. We also are instructing the CEO to keep the select board informed on any applications concerning any mineral extraction applications that come to her. We're also instructing the planning board and the code enforcement officer to report back to this board by the June 10th select board meeting to inform us on what issues are with the land use ordinance and what direction the select board should take. At that time, we will discuss on what they find. Did I miss anything?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think you got it.
I think I got it? Okay.
I'll second it.
All right. So just to be clear, the motion's basically to remand the petition back to the planning board and the code enforcement officer.
Well, no.
Okay.
So, the instructions, what we are recognizing the petition, and we're not doing a moratorium at this time.
Why? Can I ask why?
Excuse me, this isn't public.
Now, I would refer to the lawyer on why we're not doing moratorium at this time.
Sure. I'll maybe provide a little bit of context to the proposed motion. Again, my name is John Waddle, I'm an attorney. So we had just had an executive session because I was advising the board on their various rights and duties. So my legal review and opinion of the petition is that it was not a specific article that would go to the voters, but it clearly is a petition that is requesting review, obviously includes the request of a moratorium regarding quarries, maybe similar activities. So what the motion as presented is saying is the select board is instructing both the planning board as well as the code enforcement officer to further investigate that information very specific to the land use ordinance, obviously specific to the mineral extraction provisions. Are those sufficient? Are those not sufficient? Are there any possible amendments that might be needed or required or advisable? Similarly, the application and the process associated with those particular mineral extraction activities, reviewing that as well. Effectively, what the board is asking the planning board to do is review that with some rigor, I would say, and come back with some recommendations based on the issue and obviously the existing land use ordinance provisions. At the same time, in a parallel fashion, there are directing or instructing the code enforcement officer who's on the front lines of receiving any application the town might receive to inform immediately or very promptly of any application that actually may be filed at any point in time. Right now, there are 0 applications filed or pending regarding that activity. If there is one that is filed, the board will immediately know the matter of public record as well. And if there's additional measures that may need to be taken in response to that, there is the opportunity and the ability to do that. So that was, I believe, the intent of that aspect was for any new or expanded quarry or maybe other similar mineral extraction activities to see if anyone is actually thinking or proposing to do that. So if that did occur, the board, the town, could immediately address that if they felt the need to do that. So kind of monitoring that from would that actually even be requested of the town for approval? And again, at the same time, looking specifically at are there any ordinance amendments needed or not needed, as well as the application process to look at that issue, recognizing the items and issues raised in the citizen petition. I think that makes a lot of sense from my perspective, but also to gather more information from all stakeholders involved, and particularly the planning board, since they are usually tasked with doing the ordinance amendments anyway, particularly on the land use side, whether they like it or not. They've been requested, if the motion passes, to do that exercise and come back at least with the status report, maybe some recommendations, even preliminarily at the June meeting.
I just want clarification for the audience. If on the June 10th meeting, the planning board does discover discrepancies or issues or updates from the state, and an application does come in, it's within the select board's power to potentially, if the board votes on it, to put a hold on any applications until the land use ordinance is updated and is correct.
That's correct.
If those things happen.
If those things happen, that tool is in your toolbox.
Okay.
But it's not going to change any that's already been ongoing. Like
It will not.
that are out there now, even if we put them, if we put this on there, it's not going to change those.
It would only be for any new or
Only new, but what I'm saying is, it's not going to put a stop on what's happening now.
If
No matter what we do.
something's already permitted, receive everything they have, justice or rights is the phrase, that cannot be affected. If the ending is new or expansion is kind of new anyway, too. But that's cool, to your point, if that's going to happen, that's why I was saying, you referenced in the motion, have the code enforcement officer monitor if any applications come in, you would have that ability and opportunity to do that.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so there's a motion on the floor. Here's a second. Seconded by Cindy. Any discussion? All right, all in favor? 2, 3.
I'm gonna stay out of it.
So 3 in favor, opposed?
Not opposed to it, just not voting.
Well, you're abstaining then?
Yeah. But you're still gonna pass.
Right, but if you're abstaining, you state why you're abstaining.
It's one of those things that it's not gonna change anything, is why.
So, well,
It's all, it's not, whatever we're doing. I mean, we're gonna look over the rules, but it's not gonna change nothing. You know what I mean? It's one of those things that, it's just,
okay.
yeah, I mean, we're gonna sit here, we're gonna tread water. I mean, that's how I feel. I mean, a person can only state how they feel.
So Lee abstains and I abstain. Excuse me, this is not public comment. Lee's abstaining and I'm abstaining for conflict of interest reasons, as I mentioned earlier. So it carries 3-0 and 2 abstentions. Okay, so we'll have check-ins, we'll add that to the list to make sure we're checking in with the planning board regularly to make sure they're meeting those milestones. And we'll have hopefully a report in June. Make sense?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Before we go to the minutes, I did have a question that goes with adjustments to agenda. Public comment, we've gone back and forth over the last few years, even before I was on the board. People wanting it at the beginning or wanting it at the end. I really don't care either way. It doesn't matter to me, but I thought we could put that on the record now and say if folks want to change it to the beginning versus the end, I'm happy to have that discussion.
Does anyone have a problem having open comment at the beginning and end? So that way, if there's something on the agenda that they want to speak about, inform us, and then at the end, just to give their opinion of what happened.
I'm good with that as long as it stays within, as Lee said, it's professional, it's within the bounds of, so. Okay, so we're good with that. You want to make that motion?
Yep. I motion that we add public comment to the beginning and to the end of each meeting.
I'll second that one.
All right, it's been moved and seconded. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? 1 and no abstentions. All right. Excuse me, guys. We're trying to run a meeting here. You guys take it out of the hallway, maybe? Thank you. All right, so given that, do we want to do public comment now? The sign sheet to start with that?
Anyone has time takers? No.
Thank you. We have 2 signups. Steve Armenia, you want to speak? Yep. Come on up. Just remember the rules. Just hammer the rules. Gotcha. Okay. 3 minutes.
I have a concern about the people that left. We had 4 people leave.
Excuse me, that's a personnel matter. That's not part of public comment.
The resignations,
That's a personnel matter. It's not for public comment.
that's part of the agenda.
It's personnel matters.
It's on your agenda.
Yep. It's personnel matters. There were resignations, but we're not taking public comment on personnel matters.
So what do you take public comment on? Because that's on the agenda.
we take public comment on things that are relevant to town business.
Okay, we'll talk about the trash cans.
Steve, I'm not gonna get into
Trash cans.
Okay, go ahead.
Let's talk about the trash cans.
Yep,
Why wasn't this voted on before they were issued?
it was twice, I believe.
But you're taking them back. You issued them and now you're taking them back.
Correct.
I just think that could have been planned out a little better.
Yep,
Chick Hill, when do you guys plan on getting Chick Hill done?
that's on the agenda tonight.
Right, that's why I'm talking about it.
We're gonna discuss it tonight.
Guess that's it then.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Thank you. Brian Melvin, you're up.
Wanted to know where you're at on the junkyard. It's been 6-7 months now.
Yep,
It's been done.
I believe letters have gone out on that to a few properties, and we have a, excuse me, can we not have commentary while we're having a meeting? We're having a discussion. Trish, Ally, and I have something written up. It's with the planning board, and I don't know if there's any other comments we want to add. And we've got a.
Yeah, I think it's with YouTube. Yeah, and I tried to take it out and said, well, we could have a little bit over more time, but too many hits in the house. But I'm not going to discuss any current open enforcement cases, except for to tell you that there are quite a few of them. And yes, letters have gone out.
Yep.
And conversations have been had.
Okay. The other thing I wanted to discuss is how many of you have municipal officers manuals? Everybody got them? Okay. Because I know at some of the meetings that, rules weren't followed the way it's supposed to be followed. All you got to do is look at the manual and tell you exactly what you can and can't do. The other thing that I'd like to discuss is when you guys get paid. I know we had a selectman that quit 6-7 months after she got paid. I don't think that's right.
Yeah. We'll be careful on personnel matters, but
No, I'm just, the point I'm trying to make is,
understood.
you should get paid after the year.
Or towards the end, maybe towards.
Right.
That makes sense. I mean, we can discuss.
And I think maybe you guys should set a policy for that.
Yep.
So this doesn't happen again. We're trying to pinch every penny we can.
Yeah, that wasn't the first time that's happened though. Because when I came in the office, I actually came in just after the person got paid as well, like that. So.
And that's why I'm bringing it up. It has happened more than once. And it happens. It's money the town is losing.
No, they're not losing it. What's losing is the next person that takes that spot has to do that job for nothing, basically.
No, they're getting paid.
No, they don't. They don't.
She's not going to get paid.
Oh, she will. Yeah, well, she will. But what I'm saying is, you're losing.
I understand what you're saying. I think it's a.
Should be paid ahead of time.
Yes.
Okay, that was all we had written down. Does anybody else have anything they want to discuss? Jeff?
What about paying monthly?
We can take it under advisement, but we have enough things.
No, I get that, but I hear the concern, yearly pay I get. What about quarterly? There's plenty of ways to do it.
All right. Seeing no other commentary, we'll move along to the business portion. So, up first, we have the approval of the minutes.
Can I make a statement?
Yep.
I can't vote on the March 11th, but I was just hoping that in the future, if we could change the top of this to say selectmen's meeting minutes, not agenda.
Yeah, we got that out from town.
So,
It's already fixed it.
thank you.
I'll make a motion that we approve the March 11th. I was here.
We got a motion, do I hear a second?
March 11th.
I wasn't here, so I'm not.
That was just me and Dennis and you that were here.
See, again, I sound like a broken record. I just, there's things in these minutes that I really don't.
If it doesn't get approved, it doesn't get approved.
Yeah. Just hoping, like I said before, maybe if we could get the minutes in advance and I could make edits,
In all reality, there's two of us, and two doesn't approve anything here. Has to have 3 votes to pass.
None of the rest of us were
None
here.
of the rest here, so it's kind of a wash.
keep them in. I just think we need to overhaul our minutes because they get used and circulated around town, and for probably a year, I just feel like they're not always like 100% accurate. So that's where I'm at.
All of the motion fails.
Yeah, that's not enough to move it.
I'll submit, commentary, and maybe we can try it at the next meeting, if that makes sense.
We'll just bring it back.
Yep.
You good with that?
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
There's actually stuff in that meeting that we voted on and actually only had 2 votes, so we should probably go back and readdress those and to get 3 votes again.
Yeah. Okay. All right, moving right along. So administrative assistant report, monthly revenue reports in the package.
I'm sorry, that was April 1st. That was March.
Okay, April 1st minutes, I have the same comment, so I won't be doing that. But I don't know if anybody else has any takeaways.
You want to table these, so you can do.
Yeah, I'd support
I
that.
make a motion we table them
I'll second that.
for revisions.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? And no abstentions. Okay. Thank you. All right, administrative assistant report, monthly revenue report.
Yeah, I gave you March into April as of right now.
I've got 3 different files, so I apologize. I did have one takeaway on that one. There's a revenue item for bulky waste cleanup fee. What is that?
Yeah, I did, so I changed it, that's,
Is it what?
on the Vegas, I got a corrected version.
Okay. So that interest line item should be that one, right?
Yeah, account number 24.
Okay. Okay.
It's out of interest.
Okay.
I have a question on the expense report.
Okay. So anybody else have any takeaways on the revenue report? Expense report, Cindy, you had a question?
I did, get a couple of them. So, under solid waste, it's showing that we've spent
98,000, spent more than.
almost 98,000 to date. And the other thing I wanted to bring up is the budget figures in here.
Yes,
That's
I'm
from
from
last year.
that. So I gave you the approved worksheet. So Trail was on only yesterday. So the budget requests are right, the current budget is of course on the left hand. So I went to transfer the budget, so you understand all this. They can see exactly what happened, they had the right amounts, I did, and come to the last year. They don't even know. So Cindy already knows what I happened. So if we kind of forget about this now.
Okay,
It's
so
really it's gotta be overhauled.
So basically the current budget column is going to get replaced next report. Oh, yeah, I like that.
It's a project.
But it's still under solid waste.
Yeah, I see
That should be, I believe, 99,000 for the budget. It's showing we spent 97.
I have no idea.
So,
It
but
could have rolled over.
when, okay.
And
No.
So, but what didn't something have had to hit that line item?
I'm not looking at that. That doesn't make sense to me.
Okay.
Because, yeah, we appropriated 98, so that 97 is probably pretty darn close to subtract what we spent already, but it's wonky.
right, but we're only, 3 months into the year?
Yeah, it's,
All right, well, we'll park that.
Oh, there's a couple other things that, when you're talking to them, so under utilities,
Page 1.
yeah, we have no payouts for, the phones,
Yeah,
or internet.
so I have to go through all of SJ Rollins, because that phone falls under that, which we've already paid, so I gotta go through and do that.
Okay.
Break it up, yes. Because we had all of those come in at one time for everything they've done this far for projects, so it's in there. Hopefully it will quiet down so I can get all that stuff done.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we'll just,
Read it yesterday.
okay, well, we'll pick this back up,
Yeah,
hopefully.
next meeting will be fine. I'll have it corrected.
The only other takeaway I had, actually, does anybody else have any comments on the expenses? Just the legal fees, those are already getting out of control for this year.
Yeah.
So, I know there's been a lot of things going on that we can't necessarily control. But if I could maybe ask, I think we should really try to pull back on using the attorneys where we can, and maybe just run it by me before we call them.
Well, that last expense was the election,
Yeah.
6,100.
But we're halfway through our budget already.
Right.
So I make a motion that before we anybody contacts an attorney,
Yeah.
they come to the board, and if it's an emergency, they get in touch with John.
We did the last year, didn't we?
Yes. And I know these, well,
Those are, I can't.
what we just did, what just went on in the election, kind of like anomalies, but just in general, I want to make sure we watch that.
Yeah.
Okay, any other takeaways on expenses? No. All right, moving right along, delinquent tax listing, any takeaways from that?
I did. I get to go, you've already gone. So, in the town report, it said, for the tax year 2025, we had $127,255.37 still owed to us. But in this one, it went up to $155,000, basically went up $28,254.04.
You're just talking
Yeah,
2025.
we have less.
Right. So the town report said for 2025, 127. Did we give money back to the citizens?
All I'm gonna say is it's been rough. I will look because we have less owed.
Well, we went from owing, from the town report, the town citizens still owed $198,080.69, which is about 8% of this year's budget. And now it's up to $220,170.79. That is owed to us because of that one. All the other areas went down except for 2025. So that's
155.
right. But the town report said, in the book, it said 127.
So rather than,
I'm just saying we need to look into that.
I think we should try to get a reconciliation of
Yeah.
why there's a
I'll
discrepancy.
check on
Yeah.
that.
Okay. Definitely, because,
That's something weird.
That's, I'm glad the numbers are going down.
Yes, because these taxes will be going to lien. The end of April, I'll start sending 30-day notices out. So,
Okay.
some of you may get hit. So, yeah, I'll check on that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Can I go now?
Yeah.
So I have a couple of questions or comments on the older taxes. So in the 2018 year, there's an account 609.
Yes.
That is a trailer in the trailer park on the Ghetto Road.
Yep.
That trailer somehow has been owned by the town for quite a while,
Yes.
but somehow the trailer park owner took ownership of it.
So, and that's Willer, everybody knows.
Yeah.
He gets left these trailers and, without getting too personal, what's going on with him, I've talked to him and he's gonna, because he didn't own it back then. And he kind of acquired that, but it owes him those back balances.
But how did he acquire it?
But how did he acquire it without the town's approval? Well, the town owns it.
Technically, he knows he doesn't, he knows we do, but I don't know if he wants to line up the backyard with these trailers, but, because they're mobile.
So,
And he is working to pay all of it down.
so the other thing is there's another trailer
Yeah.
that came as a foreclosure in the park.
Yep.
And also the park is foreclosed on.
He's under some rough times.
I drove down there today.
Yep.
There's 4 trailers down there. As far as I could figure, 3 of them are occupied, so he's getting rent from these trailers that belongs to the town.
I think a lot of things that we can definitely bring in.
Yeah, I think that's what we ought to do.
I think so.
I think we need to sit down.
He needs to decide.
That rent those people are paying belongs to the town.
Right, and that's going back to 2018, like I said the last couple of meetings, anything that is before 2020, we have to get cleaned up
Yep.
one way or another.
I understand.
It's ridiculous at this point, so.
So the other one that I had questions on was 2021. Same situation, it's just a trailer on a piece of land. The land is owned by one person, the trailer is owned by another.
Yeah.
And I don't know how anybody's living in that trailer.
I know, they're on Stagecoach.
Yes,
I
they
know.
are.
It's sad because she was caught up at one time and then, the city decided the land is by a partner of the trailer license. But they're bad.
So somebody owns the land, somebody else owns the trailer, and we're saying
They look,
Somebody lives there. I don't think they do, but somebody does.
but we need to probably just go take a look at it and see, and then try to get hold of them.
They have cleaned it up a little bit. It used to be a car in the yard with trash bags on top of it and stuff, and that has been cleaned up, but,
I think she's been carrying the bag for everybody else.
I don't know if they're renting that trailer to somebody, but we need to find out, because if they are, that rent belongs to the town.
So I guess I'd recommend, just to keep this moving, that we reach out to these folks we just talked about and say, hey, we really like them to be at the next meeting, otherwise we're gonna get a little bit tougher.
Yep.
Is that good? Okay. Anything else on the delinquent tax listing?
Do you want to go jump to the foreclosure one, or?
I think we'll just wait and do that then. Safety grant.
Oh, so I submitted that application, and so I think we probably will be awarded $3,000 toward our office furniture.
Awesome.
Yeah, I just wanted to let you know that it has been submitted, and
What type of office furniture?
I submitted what we picked out, better ergonomic, like chairs and desks. Like hers is wonky, and mine is really fine, but the other one, she's now sitting at is small. But we do need better chairs. Anything. So, that I was submitted.
Good. No, I think that's awesome, and the more grants we can do, the better.
Yeah, absolutely. We've never applied, so. Everyone's always getting to us.
All right.
We have the assessor's return, I need that voted and signed.
This is for the county.
Yes. If you want to let the people know what it is.
So, I have a question on this. So, this assessment return is declaring to the county that we have committed clear tax to Sunbelt, which we haven't done yet. We don't do that until July.
So I don't normally send that to them usually.
So can we wait and sign this after, same time we do commitment?
This, can I have a copy of
Yeah, sure, table it.
Do you want to table it? Kelly?
Yes.
You gotta make a motion for
I
that.
make a motion, we table it.
Second.
Was that correct? It sounded like Joe.
That was great. All right, it's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Nobody. No abstentions. Awesome. Yeah, and the numbers, it's not as big of an increase maybe as we feared. So, resignations, we do have those listed here. I don't know if there's any takeaways we want to have. I just, obviously I think the bigger discussion is we've got to get, especially the tax assessor, I think that's probably the most critical thing. We've got to get something out there.
I make a motion that we set our RFP tomorrow, looking for one.
11 towns looking for an assessor right now.
I mean, I think we gotta jump on it because August is coming quick.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. Are you gonna read the letter that you gave us?
I can if you want to, but so, do you want me to read the letter? Yeah. All right. Sirs, that's him, not me. I know this. The town of Clifton and I signed our first agreement for revaluation services dated October 14th, 1992. That contract was fulfilled for the 1993 tax year. Selectmen Vernon Morris, Larry Bragg, and Earl Lavelle were sufficiently impressed and offered me a job as town manager. That is not my calling, but I've been back every year since as assessor's agent to maintain equity in your community. A second project was completed for the 2006 tax year and another for tax year 2025. It has been a pleasure to serve as assessor's agent for over 30 years. All electronic data records are contained in the Trio assessing software and reside on your server at the town office. You currently have all property cards, maps, and physical documents that I have used over my time in Clifton in the town office. English poet Geoffrey Chaucer, wrote that time and tide wait for no man. Therefore, I find it necessary to step back from some of the workload I've been carrying in order to more fully enjoy my later years. This is my official resignation as your agent. I wish you all the best in your search for a replacement. If you need any assistance or information in the future, please don't hesitate to call. Respectfully, Mark Gibson. So, there's that.
Thank you for your service.
30 years is a long time.
Don't pass those down.
Yeah, I'll move to accept Mark's resignation. Please do that.
I'll second.
Second.
Seconded by Greg. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? No abstentions. Awesome. Do we want to read Katrina's too? Or?
You want
I
to,
want you to take one pass it back.
Oh, it was addressed to you, so it's okay. Okay. And then two cemetery committee members, Dennis and Jan.
We'll just post it.
Yeah. My thought on the cemetery one was we make it available to the public. I've heard a couple of folks that are interested, and maybe maybe a month from now, we say, okay, here are the folks interested, and we'll make a decision and fill them.
That makes sense to me.
Okay. And then the office, the position for Katrina, I don't know what folks' thoughts are on that, how we want to approach that.
Well, I have a question. How many hours was that? Was the hours dictated by you all, or is that?
No, that's what she asked for.
Oh, what she
It
asked?
was about 20, I would say.
Yeah.
Plus some, so 15.
Okay.
what do we have budgeted for that position?
That amount. I would think if Deb would like another person to help her, I would absolutely agree to advertise it. Absolutely.
Okay, so
I motion that to authorize Deb to advertise for that part-time position.
I'll second that.
it's been moved and seconded. Any discussion, thoughts? All right.
For now, Jody's picking up that day.
Okay.
You guys okay with that?
Yep,
Okay.
absolutely.
So it's 2 on at all times.
Makes sense now.
Yes.
As long as she wants to do it, sure.
That's nothing you want to do on a permanent basis.
I don't mind, I already left my other job to take on these hours.
Well, then maybe that's a solution.
Yeah. Is
Full-time.
that something?
It's gonna be hard to fill, there's like 15 hours, I'm sure.
Okay.
Well,
Just fortunate Katrina wanted.
Well, the question is, what would you like to see? Would you rather,
Definitely, because she's got a year into it May, so to go back and try to retrain somebody, it's time consuming.
Okay.
That makes sense.
But the only issue is like vacations, because we really don't want to leave one person alone. That's the problem.
gotcha.
In the past, I would scatter, like, take a holiday, a whole weekend, so
but we had 2 folks for a long time, right?
we did, but always had just 2.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I couldn't be by myself, I'm fine, and I think she will be fine.
Can I just note, you're gonna get somebody 15 hours a week, it's gonna be a constant turnover, they're not here long enough
To learn,
to obtain anything.
it's a lot to learn.
There is a lot to learn. So I think our best bet would be to get the extra hours.
Okay, I rescind my motion.
All right, well, do we want to just give this a trial run? I don't even know if we need a motion, but I think it sounds like we're all in
No,
agreement.
it's already hired. so-
Makes sense.
Yep. Okay.
All right, well, we'll check in a couple of weeks to see if you change your mind. We'll go from there.
I'm just gonna raise and flow.
That makes sense.
Good, so we feel good about that?
Yeah.
All right, moving on, we have appointments, and Deb and I talked about this, so we don't tie up the whole meeting. We have a huge stack of appointments we need to do. So I think we could sort of vote these as a batch and then sign them all after if folks are in agreement, unless there's specific ones that, rather than go through every single line item.
No, I think that's a great idea.
Can we go back to this, John?
Go back. Oh, the tax assessor, sorry.
Yes.
Yep,
So,
sorry.
I went on the Maine Revenue's website, has a whole list of the assessors. And I found these that are somewhat close, that I thought might be of interest for the position. The furthest one away was in Pembroke, which we only do 1 day a month, correct? You see here? And so the furthest one away was Pembroke. There's one in Dixmont, one in Herman, and the lady, Burnett Assessing, she does Eddington and Beasley. She's amazing. So I didn't know, instead of trying to put up an ad, paying for an ad, would you like me just to reach out to these people?
That'd be up to us.
See what they, if they're interested, what they need to get us a quote?
I think we can start there, and if we don't make any progress, we can put it out. But I think these are 4 qualified people, obviously, that we can start with.
I motion that we allow Cindy to reach out to these individuals and see if they're interested.
I'll second that. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. No opposed and no abstentions. All right, yeah, I'd say we'll keep a short leash on it if you don't get where we guys come back and post it ASAP, because I agree with Lee, this is like mission critical.
Yeah, this is scary.
It's getting close to commitment time.
I'll just go quickly and look at it, he said,
Okay.
I don't, back to the appointments, I don't have a problem voting as a group and then signing it afterwards.
Yep. The only thing is, when we make a motion, I'll just abstain on my brother, because he's on here, so I don't want to vote for him, but, not that I don't want to vote for him, I don't want to vote for him because of the conflict thing. So, but other than that, I think.
I do have one, under the clerk and the deputy clerk.
Yep.
We don't have one for tax collector, treasurer.
Well, yes, we did correct that after we did the agenda, so Jody is deputy to my duty.
Okay, and they're in there.
Yes.
Okay.
We just didn't change those.
All right, do we hear a motion?
I make a motion that we accept the people that we got listed for the proper spots for the deputies and clerks and all that stuff.
I'll second it.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor? Aye. No opposed, and just mark me down as abstaining from Brent Williams, please. That's okay. Moving right along. Miscellaneous monthly reports. I don't know if folks had anything they wanted to take out of those. We've got the ACE final report, and I know up later we have the school discussion. Trish, if you had anything,
Can I just say something? On your planning board report, the meetings technically aren't approved by that board yet. And so David Dodo's taking over as vice chair, is doing an amazing job. He's really on top of it. And I think he could have sent the wrong minutes. He's new to the whole thing. So I just want to be very clear, those aren't approved by the planning board yet. So I think it should be a month behind, like you did February.
we could keep them here in draft, say that we'll just double draft. But yeah, no, makes sense.
Yeah, we can talk about it. Yeah.
Yeah, anything else? Oh, we've got some folks from the 250th anniversary group here, and I know we have that on the agenda later as well, so I don't know how we want to handle that, but now would be a good time. Oh,
And I do, we have an appointment for the planning board, so we do have a request underneath the planning board part.
For an alternate?
Yes. So when do you want to add that to the appointments up the bottom?
and that was Linda?
Linda.
Yep,
So we have to make a motion?
I would.
Yeah, I make a motion to appoint Linda Rabbit to the cemetery committee. Planning board.
Planning board.
Alternate, sorry.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded.
I'll repeat that.
All in favor? Any opposed? No abstentions.
Second, I'm sorry.
That was late. Okay. 250 celebration committee. I don't know if we want to have them say something, and then I know there's been some back and forth on insurance and rules and regulations. I don't know how. I'll turn the floor over to somebody. Becky?
You want to do it? It's up to you. Okay, I'll stand up there. Okay. We are excited. We are very excited. We've had 2 meetings so far and they've been fantastic. So first of all, for anyone who doesn't know, there's 4 of us on the committee. We're looking for more people, but the committee's 250th year celebration. This is a community event to celebrate America's 250th anniversary and bring together the residents of Clifton. Our goal is to have an event that is totally free to all. With enough donations, we plan to have games, food, music, raffles, a bike and wagon parade for the kids. We're looking for volunteers for setup, running the events, cleanup, help us brainstorm. We hope you will all save the date and help us celebrate America's 250th anniversary. On that, we're looking to the board to approve the date Saturday, June 27th. We looked around town. We've gone to a couple different places. We would like to do it in the backyard here. There's plenty of room. We figured with parking.
You said the 27th?
Saturday, June 27th from 12 to 4 with a rain date of the 28th. No rain, please.
Yeah, I think it makes sense. I know we've got to follow our insurance protocols and make sure we follow the rules. It's a lot more complicated than I would have imagined it would be, but we'll see. But I think that makes sense. I don't know if folks have any thoughts on that.
I think it's a great idea.
From what I
read in the paperwork that Debbie gave me, I think as long as we follow being a subcommittee of the town, the liability is covered, just anyone we bring in as a vendor or something needs to have a certificate of insurance to cover themselves. Did I read that right? Yeah.
I make a motion to approve said date and time.
All right, I'll second. Okay, it's been moved by Greg, seconded by Lee. The only other thing is, would it be worth, because it does look like there's a requirement to keep funds separate. Do we want to, as much as a pain as it might be, do we want to open a separate bank account just for this?
We have to.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll
Like a general ledger account. It's not gonna be in there that long.
I will definitely ask her, but I would think.
I think it just has to be segregated in the general ledger.
Yep. Well, we'll follow by the book, but we'll get it going. So, great.
So, do you want me to go through all my stuff on the list? Or?
I would say if they can send it to us.
You should all have a copy sitting in your
Yeah.
Perfect. I will dig. Yes, okay. Yes.
Okay? Thank you very much.
However, do want to show off, our logos that Mr. Owen has done for us. As a young man, I'm pretty impressed with everything he's done. Here's the other one.
Oh, it's great.
It's very rich.
Let me get that. I like that.
Yep.
Cool.
We will work on getting a price for t-shirts for that. Great idea.
Well, the t-shirts you may be able to sell.
Sounds like, no, they did do it.
Well, you know, you get the sorry. Oh, sorry. Here, you got So I guess mainly tonight, if you guys can give us an okay on the donation letters so that we can start getting donations from people. It's, yes, in that packet.
Yep.
I don't know if we need permission to create a Facebook page, but we would like to create a Facebook page to advertise the event. Our other big thing is we'd like to put some donation buckets around town. If possible, maybe like here at the town office, and we'll go around the last other places like the food store. We haven't decided we're going to keep our copy of like basically everything we take in so that we can make sure that we match that that everything is. So if we could get your approval on those things tonight, we'd appreciate it. And then the rest of it, you can get back to us on.
I'll make a motion, we allow them to collect donations and what was the other thing?
I'll second that. Yep. All right. Moved by Cindy, seconded by Lee. Any discussion or questions? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? No abstentions.
I just want to let you know that along with those funds and games that we're going to have, we are getting a junk house. I request all of you. We need to make a lot of money this year, and you're going to help us in the junk house. Anyone who wants to participate.
Hopefully it's a hot day out.
Yeah, right.
All right. Good. Anything else? Thank you.
Yes, thank you all very much for all the work you
Thank you very much.
That's awesome. All right. Up next, we have new business, select board meeting frequency. So, in full transparency, I put this on here. I feel like it's, well, we're already at 7:24 tonight, and I just feel like there's a lot going on right now. A lot of unfinished business, a lot of things that we need to have our attention on and get across the finish line. So what I would like to discuss is temporarily, not permanently, but going to meeting every other week until we can get some of these things put to bed and checked off our list. So open discussion.
I think
I have no problem with that. Silence.
We're all in silence and agreement.
I motion that do we need to set a time or just until we authorize to?
I'd say until, my intent was until we could get things.
I think it is gonna cost us a little bit more money for the office girls to be here, that's the only thing. If that's what it is, they should get money for it. I mean, they were thinking of doing once a month, so. But
And it always was every other week.
Years ago, when I first started.
I'm okay with it, whatever it takes to get through this. Yes.
I mean, we could pay them an extra hour or two a month.
Yeah, I don't think it'll kill us. I'll make it worthwhile to them.
Yep.
But I just, hopefully it won't take long, but I think there's just too many things that we always seem to be following up on and we don't make progress on. So that's the only reason. I do not like having meetings for meeting's sake, so hopefully it'll only be a couple months, but.
So right now, the meeting is the second Wednesday of the month,
That's correct.
so we do the second and the fourth.
No, they have ones at 4.
Well, no, we're the last one of each month, which isn't always the
Always
fourth.
the 4, right? So,
Let me just look.
We could just do it every other week unless it conflicts with the planning board.
It will mess with the plan.
Why don't we just do the first week of the month and the third week of the month?
That makes sense.
Well, so, what are you trying to do, the first and the third?
First,
So I'm only gonna be able to make one meeting a month for you guys.
Yeah, no.
But, the first one and the third one, I think I can do the third. I think I can, okay. So I'll come here the third.
Yeah.
And I have the second locked off for you now. For the, so the third.
Yeah, and I think the intent would be the normal month, we wouldn't go over the normal monthly reports on the off meeting. The other meeting would almost be like, okay, where are we at on open items? And then we'll have the normal one with all the monthly reports and whatnot.
so we're gonna get rid of the second Wednesday for now.
Yep, or just go first.
Do the first and third, which will be considered the regular meeting.
The third is the third.
The
I'd
third.
say the third.
Yeah.
That way, all the monthly reports will be able to be done and complete too.
Okay. Did you all catch that? So that way,
Yep.
you guys have 3 weeks to complete the monthly report.
Oh, from the second meeting?
The third, so the third week will be the regular meeting. So that way, for example, like this is April, you would have, April's will be due the third week of May. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that way you all have 3 weeks to gather everything together, put everything, and make sure everything was good and wouldn't be rushed.
Okay, that sounds good.
Sound, did I say that correctly?
I think that's fair.
Okay.
So is there a motion on that?
I motion that we move town council meetings to the first and third week of each month.
Or select board, not a town council?
Sorry, select board. I will figure it out once.
So it's been moved, do I hear a second? Did you second, Cindy?
Yeah.
All right, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Oh, Trish, one opposed and no abstentions. All right. Moving right along, this one was sort of a placeholder that I had. I just want to make sure that we're following everything correctly. I don't know the answer here, but the RSU obviously voted to close a school. I don't know what, if any, steps we have on our plate. Like, do we have to do anything or just wait?
We'll go to June.
From my
We'll all be
understanding,
accountable, but we don't have anything in our house to provide.
from my understanding, it's gotta go to the state
Right.
first, and they approve, then it comes to us, if I understand everything.
So it's probably not gonna make it back to June.
No, probably would be November at the.
No, that's election.
Maybe next year.
Oh,
Just so you know, the district has to fill out the paperwork and send it to each town that is affected. You will have 10 days to send a response to go along with it to the state. And then the state will approve or not approve, and then it goes to the voters.
Thank you for correcting me.
So does the school board respond or
The school board is supposed to be sending you,
Send in the select board
Yeah.
information, okay.
Can I add something to that? So, if I'm not mistaken, if the state says yes, and the town say no,
We're gonna pay for it.
we're still gonna pay?
we're still gonna pay.
you have to pay for what
More.
the district writes.
Because the state's not gonna pay us for that school anymore.
To run that school.
And that communication has to get out.
Yes, it does.
It has to.
It should have gone up to the board.
Okay, well, we'll watch that. I just want to make sure we're on side on that. So sounds good.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts on that? All right, moving along. Warrant signing process review. This we've gone back and forth on. I'm open to thoughts. We've arm wrestled with this. I'd like to propose that we make the warrants available for folks after hours and maybe use the cubbies that we have there for select people. I also would recommend that all the municipal officers have keys to this building. We haven't done that in the past, sort of an ad hoc. So folks at their leisure could come in and review documents. Again, not getting back into the private area in the back, but just the cordoned off area to be able to review those.
Can I ask a question? How often are warrants done?
I sometimes.
I know payroll's on the weekend.
Yeah, and I try to do like 2 APs a month.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
What day is it usually done?
Thursday, Friday, like APs around Thursday.
Okay, and payroll?
Friday. So yeah, everybody, will be ready for the weekend and through the next week. We can do them, but everybody, these guys can come in.
Yeah.
It's up to you either way.
I just see them in the front end to be able to come in at our leisure and look at them and sign them.
That would make life easier for me too.
So that means everybody gets a code as well.
Maybe we could do a training on the alarm system or something.
It's not that.
It's easy
All right.
All right, so do I have a motion on that?
I make a motion that we change the warrants be left out in the front section. All select board members receive keys and codes to be able to come in, and the box, I don't know what it's used for now. It always was in their box for the select board members.
All right, there's a motion. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Seconded by Greg. Any other discussion? All right, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Tricia, you opposed or not?
No.
Okay, in favor. Okay, perfect. Sounds good. Motion carries. All right, next up, this, I don't know if the Congress had reached out to the town, but I got a text and I'm like, put this on the agenda and do it through the proper channel.
Yeah, I mentioned, I asked them to send like a letter or invoice or something, so I can attach it to.
Okay. So that's in process. And
I haven't heard back from him. When I saw that, I'm like, so I didn't know if he reached out to you as well.
you did ask him for invoice. Okay. So I don't know if we need a motion on that, but basically,
Town voted on it.
yeah, we need to figure out, just disperse some of
Yeah,
that.
pay it now.
Okay. So there, resident complaints, so this is selfish, I guess. So I've gotten a couple of complaints about complaints that folks have made complaints and they haven't been addressed. So I don't know if there's a way that we can keep like a log or a tracker. I'm not trying to like make it a bureaucracy, but just so the whole board is aware of things. Like, for example, there's one individual that he said his pen was disturbed and he's,
We have
really upset about it.
we have called Bushman Day.
See, like I didn't know that. So like, if we, so if that's in process, you know, we can let them know.
That was in process last December.
Okay.
They haven't made it okay yet.
Okay. So,
But
but,
Mr. Wright says.
yep. So like
And
that's.
I have told him, I have made a phone call.
Okay. So like just in general, like when we get complaints, you know, just share them.
Do we have an official, Mr. Freeman lives down the road from me, said he created an official town complaint form. I don't know what that date was. He did.
He was a selectman,
Yeah.
and it's called the Citizen Concern Form.
Yep, so maybe if we could dig that up and
I might have to recreate it, I don't want to dig it up.
I just want to make sure if we've got complaints, at least people are feeling heard and we're all on the same page.
If the form's done, then Deb could email it to us or let us know it's in the box, so that way we're informed. And then, you know, if they come up to us and say, hey, have you done anything with this, we'll at least be in the know.
I'll follow up with that tomorrow. Robinson, I should put you on the email.
Okay.
That way you'll know what's going on. I know we can't all let everybody know because it's a chain.
Yeah. All right.
Something like that.
I have the electronic one, and then you guys could see it as it comes in. I mean, you can't use mine, but you could make a town one, and then share it, and then just see if you can have it 5 times.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
All right.
I like the time.
But if we can do it for everything, road complaints.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, trash complaints.
You could actually make your form where you like, you could have a select down saying what kind of type of complaint is this, road, traffic.
Yeah.
Are you referring to the Google form?
And once it's completed, just send it to us all.
I've done stuff like that.
Yeah.
With the drop down and stuff.
Right, well,
And all the results go to an Excel, so we share it with them, that they can see it whenever they want.
Right.
And then online, I have a new column where I put my response. So, I don't know.
That'd be great if you could just see how much work that would be. That'd be great.
that should be easy, yeah.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Sounds good.
And then I think we can send it to you if you guys are approving it. And we can put it, I can see it, Mr. Rollins, but I can put it on the website and then have them see if they can attach you guys to, so that when they
Submit it.
submit, that will go to everybody.
That'd be great. So,
I will ask them.
Well, we can do that on our end. We can make the form.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
It's very easy.
And speaking of that, we need to get, you just reminded me of the email. They're still on their personal emails. We got to fix that.
I was actually going to put in my email, I haven't forgotten what your email is. I haven't, talked to them.
Okay.
If I feel better tomorrow, I can do it.
So we'll put that to bed. But I think even if we had a standing agenda item of like open and closed complaints or something that we could review would probably be good. Okay. Unfinished business, legal update. I don't know if we've heard anything or not, but
Actually, we do have a docket number, and it's up this morning, SJC-264, and now it's under review. So it's moving right along.
what was it, SJC
Yes, that's Supreme Judicial Court, 264.
264?
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. Any questions on that? Anybody has or takeaways? Online payment services?
It works.
So-
Online?
Well, I paid, not using.
Yeah, we have it working here. So InforMe, her name, Dee is her name. I probably got her asking here soon, see if she really does exist. So I've called InforMe, the state, several times, and I get the nice gentleman down there. She is the only one, I guess, that is handling new accounts. And I said to the last guy, I said, do they not want our business or something? Because she's not, all I need is a document to fill out so we can get hooked up to InforMe and there with them. But he did hint to some personal things
Fornos, I think she's not in very much. And I asked the guys, isn't there anybody else who can do this? So,
Oh, there it goes.
so
$10.
I'm like making weekly calls.
Okay.
So it's in progress still.
We'll park it then, and we'll just follow up on it.
Yeah.
Bring it up close.
Okay. So solid waste collection, the second bin letter, you've got a draft of a letter here.
It went out today.
Okay.
But I didn't hear anybody.
Me and Cindy.
Well, I had something, but, well, the letter just says this fee helps cover the increased cost associated with collection, transportation, and disposal, and add additional waste, but it's not, it's actually what they charge us,
To keep those cans.
because this reads like we're keeping the money
Well,
and putting it towards trash.
right now, it's part of our bill, part of our contract, so we are being, it's like $1,000 a month right now.
Right, but it's a charge, they're charging us for these bins.
Right. So it is gonna go into, again, like, well, its own account. Because every year, these people are gonna have to pay this.
Contribute to the trash bin.
It should go in as,
Unless they give it back.
should go in as a, you could create a revenue,
Right.
like a GL, wow.
The GL account.
GL account, like a revenue line for trash revenue, do trash collection or something like that.
It should be being paid out of a GL account, not out of our trash account.
Right.
And then when the people pay, then it,
Right.
zero.
Right now, it's coming out of our trash.
Does that get you some more years, Debbie, on that contract?
27 is the last.
Next year then, so, yeah, we might not even be talking about it then if you put it back
There's a
out.
few more companies out that I've been seeing, so, no, they're winning some competition now.
But we might be able to negotiate, everybody can put as much trash out as they want.
But I have people that are all gonna go to that, I don't know what the big trucking brewer got.
I mean, they're all going to the arm trucks for safety. It's just Casella won't let
Yeah.
people buy their own cans, because there's other companies out there now, and people are using their own cans.
Yeah, I do.
As long as they get a regulation can that truck can pick up, they're allowed to use it.
Yeah.
I don't understand their reasoning, honestly.
Okay, so we'll follow that, and then, so basically, effective May 1st, we're gonna start charging, right? That's what the letter says.
I put it like the date is in, I mean, maybe 3-4 weeks to pay.
Okay.
I just figured that was too soon. Maybe.
Yep.
Can I ask a question? How do you turn it in if you have it extra and you don't need it?
We need to know,
How do you, so we just contact you with the seller and come pick that up? Okay, sounds good, thank you.
When is the cleanup day?
June 6th.
June 6th.
Okay.
And the rules have changed this year. I think we need to put out a communication, like, it's not gonna be the free-for-all that it's sort of been in the past, which we made a decision to, like, cut back on the cost, so I don't believe people are gonna be able to just dump stuff. It's gonna be more of like true bulky waste where we're gonna have to put it in different bins like anything does.
So in Dedham, if you have like a business, it's different than like a residential. Do we have, can you just type up the rules so I know? Because I've got to get letters out and stuff. Like you have, any resident can bring as much as they want, 2 trailers.
This is different.
The way that they're treating with tires, mattresses.
No tires.
We have poster tires. I have a poster that Casella sent me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we should tell them though, because multiple people have told me that they're talking about trash in there, and then we'll wait for cleanup day. So I will look at that. You can get the word out.
And I had a resident ask if we could contact the company that shreds documents, be on-site shredding for residents that might want to get rid of documents, whatever. I've heard of that. They go around and they go to a lot of towns when you get rid of it.
So who have we got doing this? I haven't,
It's Casella.
Casella.
it is Casella.
Yeah, Clifton, roll-offs.
So the concept behind it was to try it out this year. We're gonna save, in theory, we're gonna save quite a bit of dough. Like
Yeah.
to the tune of
So who's gonna be up here monitoring?
So they're gonna supply 2 men, and we should have 2 people as well.
I'll show up.
Okay.
I love bulky waste. It's one of my favorite days of the year.
He comes home, but then I go, oh, he's here. I gotta do it all. The lamp of the lake, and I can get home.
No, no. Okay, I don't take anything home with me.
It was fun, I did it for a few years, it was fun.
But, all right. Well, we'll stay on that as well. Okay, next, foreclosed property.
It's all listed, I don't need, is a sign up, anybody can buy?
I will buy an NC sign.
No, the park all over, it's so wet there. But it's all out there. I had one, the song that it's inquired, so I said you gotta follow the procedure.
Contact me.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's, just out there.
Yep. So we'll keep it out. If there's no interest, we can always reevaluate next month or something. But
Yep.
we should. And then we'll obviously, depending on how the conversation goes with some of these other ones, maybe we can tee up a few more and just try to keep these moving. All right. Any takeaways on that before we move on? All right, good. Municipal audit, I just put that there as a placeholder, but starting April 27th, on track on that.
I should hear something anything.
All right.
The next one this week.
Policy workshop. We tabled that last meeting. I don't know if we wanted to.
Have we posted it by any
I
chance?
didn't get to it, right?
Okay. Let's,
And I know we kind of, Becky actually asked me that we mentioned having a resident or 2, but we kind of like unsettled, I think.
yep.
So I think we need to decide.
Well, it's either the board's gotta do it
Right.
during the meeting, or we
You can set up workshops.
set up a workshop. But we need to review the policies.
I'd say the first step is let's get a copy of all the policies to everybody, because I don't think Greg and Cindy did.
I did it.
Yeah, I
The
did
personnel policy is in there.
policies.
Personnel.
So if you could send me like
Yeah.
all the latest versions, because I've got multiple versions now, and I just want to make sure I've got the latest and finest of everything.
And the ones on the website
I
are
know,
from
they
like
don't.
2013 and 2020.
Yeah, they just took our old stuff and they took stuff, so we're gonna update that too.
Maybe when you call them about the other thing, get them to update the policy.
Well, as you see it, let Jody know, because I think they transferred the old one and then, like when I see something, she'll most of the time do it, but yeah, it's all like
You can fix those.
So we'll get the policies out to everybody, and maybe we'll make a decision next meeting.
Yeah.
Where we want to go with it. Yep. Okay. All right, moving right along, silver maple abatement. Have we heard anything on that? Next steps?
I asked Mark on his last day and he really hasn't heard anything back either. He was conversing with them, but nothing.
He was conversing with silver maple.
They had called and they were asking questions about different things, but,
No, it's what Pittsburgh on Silver Maple.
yes.
I mean, sorry, I apologize. It wasn't.
So, I do have,
And that Josh Brandon, he's really hard to get. He played phone tags.
I already talked to him. So, and that's what I did at that meeting, was to explain, he didn't believe that we needed an assessment or an appraisal. At this point, he's the one that pointed out the big discrepancy, error is what he called it. So I don't know how many people know the issue, but the reevaluation last year was implemented and Silver Maple went up 11%. and Pisgah went up 80%. And they're asking for an abatement. I don't blame them. But it was denied and went to the state. I mean, something that we have to decide. When it goes to the state, we'll be notified of the hearing. And at that time, we'll have to make the decision whether we're going to fight it or not.
Okay. Well, we'll just keep this as a placeholder, and as we hear information, we'll address it.
Do we not want to contact them to find out?
Paul Foley called, he wasn't aware of it, he was going to make contact with them. I have not heard back from him, because he was quite shocked.
Shocked that they applied for it?
Yes, very shocked, so.
Hopefully we hire an
They
assessor
applied
that can do
for
it,
the abatement?
right?
He didn't know what the issue was?
He did not know anything about the abatement. So it could be amongst themselves right now, discussion, but I don't know.
If we're gonna be hiring a new assessor, why don't we hire one to do everything?
Yeah.
Well, he would do everything, but it's, the abatement's not for right now.
That's what I don't know.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Because the abatement's not for.
I know.
When we interview somebody, that definitely should be one of the questions. Do you have, what's your experience level?
Yes.
Well, just evaluation of wind towers, solar farms.
Right.
I mean, there's all full rate of stuff now.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else there?
I just would like the opinion of the board as to, if this comes back with a hearing, are we gonna fight it or not?
I'll abstain from this conversation.
You gotta vote on it.
No, you voted against, you voted down the abatement.
That means you voted on it, what we're gonna do.
So, Cindy, are you saying that if the state comes back and says they're authorized in abatement, whether we're, as a select board, are going to fight the state, or?
No, what happens is a hearing is scheduled,
Okay,
just like going to court.
yep,
Us and Pisgah will go before the Land Use Regulation Commission
yep,
in Augusta and plead our case.
gotcha.
We would have to plead our case of why we denied the abatement. Pisgah's gonna plead their case on why they think they deserve the abatement.
Gotcha.
They deserve the abatement because they get overtaxed 80%. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
Okay,
But generally, when people go to these hearings, towns go with their assessor, their lawyer, their ducks in a row, and I just don't, I don't know if we have anything.
I like to stand on.
Yeah. Well, I just don't want to pay a lawyer to go to Augusta.
I know Mark was very confident in what he did, and Nori Norton was our consultant at the beginning, and when it started talks, she said, like, no way that would happen in abatement, so I'm not sure what she knows from it. I don't know. But she's very well versed in all of this.
But there's no reason of why Silver Maple went up 11% and Pisgah went up 80%.
That would have to hear from Mark, which he would probably call in.
Yeah. But it's to the point now that the abatement has been denied. I'm assuming Pisgah has sent their paperwork into the Land Use Regulation Board. But if there was a way, we have nothing to go there and fight our case.
Well, wouldn't the assessor be?
The only two people that's left on the board that was on the board at that time was us two.
Right, but Mark.
And we voted.
I mean, Mark's already said he knew nothing about assessing these.
He did say that.
He did say that in a public meeting.
I watched him say it.
He said
Twice.
in the beginning,
Not once,
when
twice.
this started, he was no appraiser, and he told the board then, I recall the whole meeting, that he suggested getting an assessor that knew that part of tips, well, assessing taxes.
We haven't heard nothing back from the state.
So,
So, I mean,
But what we're gonna hear is, we're gonna get a court date.
then we're gonna have to address it then.
this was dated,
We stand behind the fact that your assessor said that he went over his numbers and it went well. It's not like you're gonna get in trouble if the state says, give them the abatement.
Right.
Just make sure you don't spend the money that you have to. Do they say? Do they? Yes, so.
Well, that's the thing. Are we gonna fight it or are we not? Are we gonna wait and make them go through this process, or do we wanna step in and try to mend the fence
The board already,
save them some?
the board already voted on it.
Yeah.
So you gotta go back and take off the vote. We already voted on the past, because there's a new board here now.
No,
Okay, so what are we talking about then?
negotiation with them.
Yeah, but there's no one to negotiate. We're the only ones at the table right now. So we talking to ourselves? Right? There's nobody coming at us right now saying that it's what they're doing. Right? I haven't heard nothing.
no,
Greg, have you heard anything? Debbie, you? All right.
I hate to,
that's in person.
That's all.
I hate to say this, but I think it's gonna be a wait and see game right now. The only thing that we could potentially do is we could try to figure out what,
If you can get to that.
what number would be, we'd have to put aside to cover if they said, hey, don't do 80, you need to do 11%. That'd be the only thing that we could potentially do, is to put that money aside.
Get there though.
Yeah,
Well, based on their abatement, they're looking at,
13 million. Right? Wasn't it?
I don't know.
I think it was. I looked at it. I mean, that's,
I say,
I think you're looking at like 110, 120,000.
13 million it was.
Yeah, but it's
That's what the
so much per thousand.
right now, there's nothing you can go to talk on, because it's already gone by. The last board already took care of it.
yeah, like I said, the only thing we could potentially do is put that money aside.
Then when it comes forward, you can blame it on the board that voted on it. That we mean.
So what you're saying is, we wait till we get that hearing date, don't show up.
No. When we get the hearing date, then I think we need to have a discussion.
Yeah.
Bring the lawyer in and figure out what our options are. Like if we don't show up, what happens? Or if we do show up, what happens? Like,
You could ask your new assessor their opinion too.
yeah.
Yeah, what about
Might want to ask that question after we hire them.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
I think it just happened.
I just don't think we have many options.
Sorry, any accusations on me doing anything?
Yep, no, totally understood.
All right, are we good there?
Yep.
Up next, Chick Hill Road. So Lee provided an email. I don't know
I got that. You see the data.
if everybody's had a chance to
So
read
what
it.
I can do is I can move John, what has to happen to that road. I will email you what they're supposed to have done, you know, what the road's supposed to have been, and I'll have you run with it.
Well, so
Better suit.
So has everybody seen that email?
Everybody, we all have, I passed to them.
Okay.
So the only thing I have with the email is, can we have it like on an invoice instead of an email?
That
Like,
would have to go, I don't know how he does it. I know the payment is not through Josh. The payment will be definitely would be. So, I mean, they have their own breakout. So
They can send us another.
I can get that quote broke up.
So I think we should rebid this at this point. We're talking about 60% more than what it was 2 years ago, right?
No, they're holding the same price that they were gonna have last.
Yeah, but we don't have this one.
I was told that it was $100,000 to pave it. That's all that needed to be done a year and a half, or half a year ago. Now it's 60,000 or 30,000 in road work, 30,000 in groundwork, and 130 in paving. So we've gone from 100 to 160.
Let's put it out.
So I don't understand.
We don't
Why?
want 160.
No. We were ready to pave this in the fall. How is there $30,000 in groundwork that showed up?
They shouldn't be. I mean, it was ready for, as of that Monday to make it happen.
Was it 17,000? Was that's what I remember. Oh, 9 for the 750. And that probably will a bit for sure.
So yeah, because we went from having the groundwork totally completed, everything's ready to pave.
It was done.
So now, but now I'm getting.
Now it's gonna be, once they do pave it, you're gonna have to reach in the shoulders, basically.
Why?
Driveways and stuff, because it's gonna be 3.5 inch drop off to some places.
But he's saying he needs to bring up one of the sections of the road a foot of material.
And that was already before, so definitely wouldn't have to get a discussion.
I mean, this road project's gone on for what, 2.5 years?
Yeah.
And we paid a lot of money on this, and there keeps being surprises. I'm just not impressed. And I don't want to be a stickler, but that's not how I do business.
No.
So I just saw that email as I walked in today. I'm thinking we rebid this whole thing.
I agree. I think we need to get other opinion.
Greg, you wanna be that?
I'll motion to resend this out to bid.
What was the bid for?
There is no
They got one from B&B on the pavement, and then, well, Wellman's was another one that put a price umbrella. They both put a price in on it. There was two of them. There was only one interested in it. But,
We didn't have to do this one because we don't have the 162.
No.
let's see what we got.
Yeah. To do RFP, request for proposals?
Yeah, or to finish Chico.
Yep, to finish Chico Road.
Up to a residential road standard.
I motion that.
And
I'll learn this.
they're welcome to bid on it. We can consider that a bid, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
so, do I hear a second on that?
You.
Either there's a,
I'll do it. I'll second it. It's been moved and seconded. All in favor? Aye. Opposed?
staying out of it.
No.
I've been in the middle of it so long that I'm sitting here sitting up.
Should we vote, because this includes Josh?
Yeah, I shouldn't go.
Right.
Can't vote on it.
Okay.
So you got three though.
Yep.
It
All right.
passes.
3,
So
2.
If it passes, I put my hand up.
3 no opposed and 2 abstentions. Great. And we should get this like ASAP because these people have been waiting on this road for too long.
Yeah.
And this, I'm just disappointed in how this has gone down. Yeah, we do need to, we're all road commissioners, right? But we do, please mention, he's been the representative for a while. He wants to pass it on, so
I make a motion to Greg.
Motion for that.
I just made a motion I make a motion to Greg to, I think he'd be good at it, maybe stern. I mean, he might.
So just so anyone knows, whoever they are, when a new driveway goes in, that's connected to any of your town roads or Route 9, I tell them to call you so that you can confirm the size of the culvert that they're putting in and what they need to do, because you guys take that over once they install it.
Okay.
So I can meet you to show you the road standards and then.
Okay.
I handle it to a certain size and I handle it that you have to use anyway, basically. No, I think it's all over, you have to use over 16.
Okay, so it's been moved and seconded. Any discussion?
Who's second?
I don't want to. Oh, no, I thought, John said if I didn't, I just, yeah. So, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? I don't want to rope anybody in.
No, I'll do it.
But I think
I'll agree.
So basically, right, how it works, and you can correct me, John, or if you want to change it, you're the point person, like if somebody calls, like there's a tree down, like you'll get called and it goes that way. I don't know if you want to change that.
And right now, I do have the signs out on all the roads.
Okay.
Like that right there, and they probably should be down probably another couple weeks at most.
Okay.
Just gonna take a hammer and rip it down.
Why not now?
Well, we had a truck that was still pretty sloppy down our road. It was still pretty wet.
Going through Elvis and everything. Everybody's driving 180.
If he wants to take it off, he can.
I mean, there's no frost.
well,
Frost is gone.
okay, so we're good there. Before we move on to the long-term road plan, the Scott Point Road did have some damage. I don't know if we want to get an estimate on that. Like, I went out there and like, yeah, there's some pavement that's sort of breaking away, but maybe it's only a little bit worse than the rest of that section.
So the problem really is not where where the dump truck went off the road, there's damage there, but where the semi-truck that went to pull them out, a lot of that road was damaged out in front and it was broken all up. So there was really quite a bit because they were going back and forth and they were trying to get the right angle.
Josh did put some cones up.
Yeah, so it's not just that one spot, it's also quite a bit in front.
Yeah, and you might want to reach out to Casella. I mean, they might be on the hook for that. They might be on the hook for it. Definitely. I think some of them weren't paying attention and they got where it was wet and sucked them in.
Not that.
It happens.
Yep. So do we want to ask for a formal vote on that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because, ultimately, you could probably rake out the ruts in the ditch and
I don't get by, but I don't think we want one of us doing that because if Greg gets out there and gets hit with a vehicle, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Anything could happen.
Well, what the quote is, if the quote's $5,000 or $30,000, I'll do it. I'll do it for half that.
But I think if we go to Casella, they might have somebody come fix it too, is what I think.
They probably have insurance.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
So what we doing?
We need a quote on costs of repair to the pavement that's been broken and the ditch that has been.
So is this like going out for bid, or are we calling?
I'd ask Lakeside for a quote, and if they'll give us a reasonable quote, we'll accept it. But if it's going to be tens of thousands of dollars, then I think we get it. I'm just one vote.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see a problem.
Wouldn't it be better to call Casella first? Yeah. Seeing they did the damage.
Yeah.
I mean, they might fix it for nothing.
They might send somebody
Still
else.
going,
They have all the pictures, so they know.
Yeah, let's do that. That's a good idea.
And they have some equipment too.
Let's do that. Good there. Good suggestion. Thank you.
I was here when it happened.
I did call sweepers or any on the schedule for them to come down through. So he's battling weather, so.
Yep.
He's one that nobody does, and he's almost got a machine, I guess.
All right. So creation of a long-term capital road improvement plan. I know we're getting on. It's been over 2 hours. So.
Do you need the code enforcement officer?
No, you can go home. Sorry.
Okay.
You could have gone home like half an hour.
I know, I feel like I'm up front now, it's rude, but thank you guys. Thank you.
Thanks.
So we don't have to get into detail on this tonight, but I think you guys have mentioned.
Come out here.
You guys, you mentioned that there was a road plan 10 years ago or something. I just think we update that. We've got an inventory of roads, come up with what needs to get done, and start prioritizing it because, like I know, the Getchell Road, for example, is pretty banged up. McCutcheon Road is not finished, right?
Yeah, there's a culvert that needs to be filled in.
We really need to look into a crack ceiling plan.
Right, so whatever, so I just think we'll park it here as a placeholder, but just list all the roads, when the last time we knew they had work done to it, and then anything that's, on the list, and just try to prioritize and get to what we can, and if not, budget for next year.
We have a current list of all town-owned.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much, I have from when we started 2017 with the TIP money, so I have all that laid out.
See,
So
prior
you go
to
with that.
2017, it's been about 20-something years before anything had even done to them.
It was a lot of patching.
Yeah.
Okay, so
It's bad enough when they're cutting trees this big in the town right away, basically, because it hasn't, it's one cut. No more.
Because they're camp roads, a lot of them are camp roads,
Yeah.
and nobody lived in.
all right. Got a task in front of me.
All right, any other remarks or future agenda items?
For the gentleman who asked about the trash cans, it's because the town disapproved the 15,000 is why we're sending out the money, asking for people to pay their portion because the town voted as a whole. So if that gentleman wants to know why, I know the person left, but maybe he might watch the video and find out why we did what we did.
Yep.
Makes sense.
Oh,
All right. Anything else? I did want to have an executive session potentially on just duties and really related to the audit, but wanted to talk about that behind the scenes. So I don't know if we have a motion on that. Basically, I'll make a motion. I'd like to basically discuss personnel duties and the audit, but I want to do it in executive session, So I'll make a motion. If you can't do it tonight, we can do it in 2 weeks. We'll do it the first. Yep. So we'll do it the first week in May.
Thank you.
Yep.
I'm just getting over it. I mean, I'm not sure.
Do you need a motion for us to move that?
No, I think it's, we'll just acknowledge we'll do it next.
That means we make a motion to adjourn?
Yep. So I hear a motion?
I made a motion to adjourn.
I'll second it. It's 8:13. All in favor?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yep.